Good morning, everyone. So, in the last class, we discussed about the importance of surface finish or surface roughness. So, depends upon the application, we can go for different types of surface finish, that is surface texture. So, after that, we discussed about various order of irregularities. So, the irregularities can be classified into four types, that is first order, second order, third order and fourth order. These four order of irregularities are classified into two types, that is primary texture and secondary texture. That is under the roughness as well as the waviness. So in the earlier classes we discussed about the importance of each. So today we are going to discuss about the difference between these two, that is the difference between the roughness and the waviness. So first one, surface roughness. Surface roughness is also known as primary texture, whereas waviness is also called as secondary texture. So surface roughness is called as primary texture, whereas waviness is called secondary texture. Next, it consists of finely spaced microgeometrical irregularities. So here if you observe in the figure, so it consists of a finely spaced, it means a less space between one irregularity to the other irregularity. So these are considered as microgeometrical errors. Whereas in surface waviness, it consists of macrogeometrical errors. So here in surface roughness, that is called as microgeometrical errors, whereas in waviness, that is called as macrogeometrical errors. So if we observe the schematic of each, here the waviness, it means the irregularities are close to each other, whereas here it is a far away from each other. It means it is making some space, white space compared to our roughness. Next, so it also includes third and fourth irregularities. So we already know that there are four types of irregularities, that is first order, second order, third order and fourth order. So here third order and fourth order irregularities comes under surface roughness, whereas first order and second order of irregularities comes under waviness. Next, these are characterized by a low ratio of their length along the surface, that is called LR, length of the roughness, to the surface deviation, that is HR, that is height of the roughness, which is less than 50. So the L by D ratio, the length to its height ratio is less than 50 in roughness, whereas it is greater than 50 in waviness. So the ratio, that is LW, the length of the waviness to the height of the waviness. So if the length and the height ratio is greater than 50, then that is called waviness. So if it is less than 50, then that is called roughness. So it depends upon the value of its ratio, its aspect ratio, L by D ratio. It means length to its height ratio. Those are classified. If it is less than 50, that is called as roughness. If it is greater than 50, then that is called as waviness. Next, generally produced by the action of. So these type of roughness or irregularities are caused due to cutting tools and due to the friction and corrosion of the elements. Whereas the surface waviness is caused due to the vibration. So vibration of the machine and the misalignment of the machine or work deflections. So if the component or the machine is deflecting, then waviness type of irregularities will take place. So if the errors are due to the cutting tools or due to the friction or due to the corrosion, those are considered as surface roughness. Next, so elements of surface texture. So our surface consists of various elements. Those are, so if we observe any surface macroscopically, so irrespective of the component, the surface texture will be similar to this. So the surface will have some irregularities. So every surface will have irregularities, but the amount of irregularities will varies. So that defines the surface finish or roughness of the component. So if you observe any component, the surface or the topography will be like this. That is none other than the texture. The texture of the component, the microscopically the texture of the component will looks like this. So now we will discuss about the various elements of the component. So that is roughness, height. First one, roughness, height. So the height of the roughness. So if the waves, if the irregularities are close together, then that is called roughness. If it is far from or if it is taking too much of space, then that is called as waviness. So the height of the irregularity, if the closed space or the height of the irregularities is called roughness, height. So first thing, surface. The surface of a part is confined, that the boundary which separates the part from another part, which separates that part from another part or substance or space. So if we call it as a surface, then it should be separate from the other. The one which separates the other components is called surface. The surface of a part is confined by the boundary which separates that part from another part or another substance or space. So next, actual surface. So this refers to the surface of a part which is actually obtained after manufacturing process. So after manufacturing, the element or the surface which we obtained is called actual surface. Nominal surface, this is designed by a designer. So this is an ideal surface. So nominal surface, a nominal surface is a theoretical geometrically perfect surface. Geometrically perfect surface which does not exist in practice. So geometrically, it means theoretically we learn the surface of the component as a straight line, but practically this cannot be achieved. So the surface will be like this only, it having some irregularities. The straightness cannot be obtained. It means does not exist. It does not exist in practice, but it is an average of the irregularities that are superimposed on it. So if we consider all the portion together, we can consider that as a straight line, that is perfectly straight. But practically, if we consider any portion of the surface, then it is an ideal conditions only. We cannot produce a surface without any irregularities. Next, profile. Profile is defined as the counter of any section through a surface. So this wavy surface is called the profile. Next, roughness. Roughness consists of surface irregularities which result from various machining processes. So in the earlier classes we discussed that depends upon the manufacturing process, various feed marks can be obtained on the surface of the component. Those are, so we can obtain panel marks on turning process, whereas circular marks on facing process. Similarly, cross marks during lapping process and irregular process, multi-directional dimensions, that is during lapping process. So depends upon the process. It means depends upon the manufacturing process, we can get various irregularities. So this roughness is achieved due to the irregularities caused during the machining process. So roughness consists of surface irregularities which results from the various machining processes. These irregularities combine to form surface texture. So the all irregularities together forming a surface texture. Next, roughness height. So it is the height of the irregularities with respect to a reference line. So this height of the roughness with respect to a reference line. That means with respect to a datum line, the height of individual irregularities is called roughness height. It is measured in millimeters or microns or micro inches. So depends upon the application. It means depends upon the location. Various units can be used. Those are expressed in millimeters, microns or micro inches. It is also known as height of unevenness. So roughness height. Surface roughness height is also called as height of unevenness. Next, roughness width. Next one is roughness width. The roughness width is the distance parallel to the nominal surface. That is the distance parallel to nominal surface between successive peaks or rates or ridges which constitute the predominant pattern of the roughness. So here if we consider a roughness like this, so here that is considered as the distance between the successive peak. So the nominal surface between successive peaks, it means peak and then the adjacent peak. The distance between these two peaks is called roughness width. It is measured in millimeters. Next, roughness width cutoff. Roughness width cutoff is the greatest spacing of respective surface irregularities to be included in the measurement of the average roughness height. For calculating the average roughness height, we are going to consider this roughness width cutoff. So the sampling length, the total length what we are going to consider, that is based upon this, that is called roughness width cutoff. It should always be greater than the roughness width in order to obtain the total roughness height rating. Next one is waviness height. So waviness height is the peak to valley distance. So waviness, so if we consider this as an irregularities, the distance from peak to valley, the distance between these two elements is called the waviness height. Waviness height is the peak to valley distance of the surface profile measured in millimeters. This also measured in millimeters. Next one. So flaws. So this one is called flaw. On the surface of the component we can observe those flaws. So flaws, irregularities which occur at one place are widely varying intervals in surface. That includes cracks, scratches, voids also, etc. So here on the surface of the component, if we identified a gap that is obtained due to scratches or due to cracks or due to voids during manufacturing process, those all comes under flaws. Next, lay. Lay represents the direction of predominant surface pattern produced and it reflects the machining operation used to produce it. So here the lays, so this one is called lay direction. So it means these lines are called lays. So and this lay direction indicates the direction of the lay. So we are having various types of lay directions. So one thing, so lay represents the direction of predominant surface pattern produced and it reflects the machining operation used to produce it. So various symbols used to indicate the directions of lays are so parallel. So these two parallel lines, if we draw two lines parallel to each other, then that indicates the parallel to the plane of the projection view in which the symbol is used. So this one is called parallel lay lines. So this type of parallel lay lines are formed during the shaping process, and during milling, planing means during planer, and if it is circular then turning operations. So during this operation, parallel ley lines can be observed. Next, perpendicular ley lines. So these perpendicular ley lines are perpendicular to the plane of projection of view in which the symbol is used. So this is the perpendicular lines. So this can also be observed in turning as well as phasing operations. So next, crossed. So cross symbol. Crossed in two slant directions related to the plane of projection of the view in which the symbol is used. So these cross lines and multi-directional lines. So these are irregular lines. So if it is having irregular lines like this, then those are called as multi-directional lines. So irregular lines. So this type of ley lines are formed during lapping process, either hand lapping or machine lapping process. So during lapping process, these multi-directional ley lines can be observed. Next, so C, that is circular type of lines, approximately circular, related to the center of the surface to which the symbol is applied. This type of circular ley lines. So this circular ley lines. These are the circular ley lines indicated with a symbol of C. So these circular ley lines are obtained during phasing operation. During phasing operation on lathe or during grinding process, we can observe this type of circular patterns. Next, radius. So approximately radial related to the related to the center of the surface to which the symbol is applied. So during drilling process, we can observe this type of radius ley lines on the surface of the component. So these are the various ley lines. So these are parallel lines and these are perpendicular lines. So these parallel and perpendicular, these both are with respect to a plane surface. With respect to a plane surface, if those ley lines are parallel, then those are called parallel ley lines. If with respect to a plane surface, if those are perpendicular, they are called perpendicular ley lines. These are angular. And the last one is multi-directional. So here if you observe that it does not have a particular line, particular direction, it is having an irregular direction. So those type of irregularities or ley lines can be observed during lapping process. Next, circular ley lines. So these are formed during phasing operation and those radial during drilling operations. So these are the various types of ley lines.